On the last episode, we found out that Tinkle Go Tinkle had an affair with Misty G. We also learned that they had twins that they hid from everyone on an ODD'er Creek property that Tinkle bought. Those twins we now know are he did in a bed. The family seemed upset hearing all that, but were they really? And if that wasn't enough, we learned Top Hat Man was Tinkle Go Tinkle. What will we learn in this episode? Will we finally learn it all? Saddle back, 'cause it's time for the next chapter of ODD'er Creek Diaries.
Well, gentlemen, can I continue?
So sorry, Inspector. This is hard for us. Please do go on.
Before we go too much further, please have a look at this will. You see, this is your father's. It shows that all would be left to I and Miss Go Tinkle.
Yes, we know that, sir.
But what you don't know is Misty G also knew of this will. The easiest scenario would be if I told you upon learning of this will and the treasure map that Father Go Tinkle was killed by Misty G, and that she then told the twins what she did and they then turned around and killed her for it. The twins then tried to leave evidence to frame the Bobadoo with the box and peacock feather. All for the will and treasure. But of course that would be too easy peasy case over coinkydinky. The reality is Father Go Tinkle was killed because of the will and treasure, not by the twins, but by Misty G.
Oh no, how can that be?
From there, Misty G notified the twins of the will and treasure and of their father's demise.
That terrible woman. That's for shizzle.
This is where the plot gets twisted and pretzeled, and why I make the big bucks. You see the card found and with the skeleton of Father Go Tinkle came back from forensics, and it has Misty G's DNA all over it. There was a trace of poison residue known to be created with peacock feathers in his bones. From those two facts we have no doubt Misty G killed your father. We are now left with the headless, armless body in the house. Now we all assumed it was he did, either killed by his sister or Misty G or perhaps the Bobadoo. What with the suit, the hat and shoes, all obvious male clothing, and knowing he did lived here, it seemed clear it was him.
This is all too much, Inspector.
You see, gentlemen, we received video evidence of he did roaming the Bobadoo's property. He is clearly looking for that treasure. Greed is a strong temptress. These recordings along with the Bubba box and peacock feathers seem to hint that the Bobadoo were guilty of killing he did. They then left his body here with the doors open to damage the DNA evidence.
How could they do this terrible, terrible thing?
But here is the pretzel, gentlemen. The autopsy results came back on that headless, armless body, and what it revealed is that under that male clothing line was not a long driveway but a parking garage. That leaves us with Misty G or Epis as the body.
Well, Inspector, who is it?
Gentlemen, the autopsy also revealed that the body is roughly the same age as he did. The body is that of she did a bit go tinkle.
What will we do now, sir?
As of now, the whereabouts of he did and Misty G are unknown. But I've solved 94% of this case, and that's a high enough percentage for me, 'cause that's why I make the big box. You are free to go, gentlemen. Thank you for your cooperation in this matter.
Thank you, Inspector. Our lawyers will contact you about the deed and the treasure map, as it all is our rightful property after all.
Well, of course, I will give them all the information, 'cause that's why I get the big box.
Time to go, will I? And I did. For shizzle, my bro dizzle. I will go now too.
Holy moly, dagnabbit, twisted pretzel. So Father Go Tinkle was killed by Misty G, and someone killed Epis. But who did it? He did. Or Misty G? Clearly the Bobadoo are exonerated, though I'm still not convinced. Please don't sue me or I will take your warehouse. We may never know, as Inspector Keizu is satisfied with 94% of the case solved. That's it for now. Maybe some new evidence will come up someday, but this seems to conclude the ODD'er Creek Diaries. Hey, did you know that Epis spelled backwards is Debbie? Oh no! Thank you, Inspector Keizu.